What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we got some recruiting news for the Wolverines. We got an update on the top defensive back target, Jazeel Hart, in the 2026 class, plus the #1 ranked quarterback in the 2027 class, planning a spring visit to Michigan. Also got an update on the 4-star safety and an update on some top in-state targets for the Wolverines, including Dakota Guerrant and CJ Sadler. And we also talk a little bit about Michigan basketball dropping their third straight loss, this time to Michigan State. Wolverines shooting struggles continue here, as now they're just trying to flush these last 3 games heading into the Big Ten tournament. Talk about that and my takeaways there in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to begin this video, I did want to talk about some recruiting news for Michigan football here. And I wanted to talk about the 2026 4-star cornerback, Jazeel Hart, who is a 4-star on On3 rankings, isn't ranked on 24/7 Sports rankings, but he is a top defensive back target for the Wolverines, comes from the state of Virginia, and he has recently locked in an official visit to Michigan for June 20th. Now, he's also locked in official visit dates with Penn State, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, also potentially considering taking trips to Notre Dame and Indiana as well. And then he's also planning to make his commitment for July 3rd. So July 3rd is his commitment date right now. Now, Hart did tell E.J. Holland of the Wolverine that I'm just, trying to see more of what they've shown me already, talking about Michigan, just trying to see how I would fit into the program. He does plan on taking an unofficial visit before his official visit, though. He did say, I most likely will be there in the spring too, and I want to see how Coach Lamar Morgan coaches the players, what the tempo is like, and just how he coaches overall. And then he obviously does plan to commit after taking his official visit. So Michigan is a top school here. Now, currently Penn State leads on the On3 recruiting prediction machine, 79.7% chance, but the Wolverines have been gaining some steam in this recruitment, and they are set to host him potentially twice, one for an unofficial visit and an official visit. And then also, we did get some news on the #1 ranked quarterback in the 2027 recruiting class. That is Elijah Haven from the state of Louisiana, a 5-star, ranked 2nd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings. And he has locked in a visit to Michigan this spring, as he did tell On3's Billy Embody that Michigan has been the big school I've been talking to. Michigan always wants to talk to me. They love the way I play, and they also think I would be a good fit in the offense they run. He did say, I love the staff. I'm really excited to get back out there. And it looks like Michigan will be getting him back on campus for a visit, and it's pretty interesting because obviously Michigan's going after some elite quarterback targets. We've talked about Ryder Lyons, Brady Smeagol in the 2026 class. In the 2027 class, though, they are also going after Trey Taylor, who is also another elite 2027 quarterback. But the Wolverines could potentially get the #1 quarterback again out of Elijah Haven. Obviously, Michigan landed Bryce Underwood, and right now on the recruiting prediction machine, LSU leads, but Michigan is in 2nd, so it could be another Michigan-LSU battle potentially. This time, though, LSU is trying to keep the in-state recruit in the state of Louisiana. But I also wanted to talk about the 2026 4-star safety Donovan Webb, as he has added more schools to his official visit list. Michigan will be getting an official visit for him on June 6th. He's also planning to go to Texas Tech, TCU, Baylor, SMU, Kansas State, Ohio State, LSU, and Oklahoma. So I did just want to give an update there. Donovan Webb, a top safety prospect for the Wolverines in the 2026 class. And I also wanted to give an update on a couple or a few of some in-state prospects for the Wolverines. We'll first start with the elite 2027 wide receiver Dakota Guerrant from Harper Woods, Michigan, ranked 22nd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings as a 5-star, a big-time in-state target for the Wolverines. And according to Alan True of 24/7 Sports, he did lay out his spring schedule and visits that he'll be taking. He'll be going to Michigan 3 times in the spring. including March 20th, April 3rd, and also April 19th for the spring game. He'll also be going to Michigan State March 22nd, going to Ohio State twice in the spring, including once for their spring game, going to Penn State twice, once for their spring game, and he'll be making trips to Tennessee and Oregon. But Dakota Guerrant scheduled to go to Michigan 3 times in the spring, pretty big for the Wolverines, as they will, look to continue on recruiting this highly touted and elite wide receiver target. And this is a recruitment that very well could potentially be a must-get type of recruitment for the Wolverines. You got to keep this type of talent in the state of Michigan, especially when you got a quarterback like Bryce Underwood, which has obviously got to be very, attractive for Dakota Guerrant and other in-state prospects and receivers now. Another potential receiver target from the state of Michigan in the 2027 class is Chad Willis, a 6'2" wide receiver from Orchard Lake St. Mary's Prep. Now, Michigan recently offered him. He's a two-sport athlete, plays both football and basketball. According to Ellen True of 24/7 Sports, he does not have a full spring schedule, but expects to get to Michigan and Michigan State, who have both offered, along with some Southern and West Coast schools as well, potentially. And then also an update on CJ Sadler, who is another top wide receiver target, but also plays on the defensive side. A 4-star top 100 recruit in the 2026 class from Cass Tech, Michigan, and hasn't been too much on him, but Wolverines are still, a big school, obviously, in his recruitment. Right now, they do lead on the recruiting prediction machine with a 94% chance, but still going to have to, win them out. And one guy who is going to help with that should be Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood. According to Ellen True of 24/7 Sports, Michigan is not only in the picture because it is the home state, but also because of Bryce Underwood, who is recruiting him right now as well. Now, Sadler does plan to decide before his senior year, and this is another guy where Michigan needs to keep him in the state of Michigan. They've done a great job recently, especially last class. Obviously got some help with NIL recently, but you got to keep the elite talent in the state of Michigan. So that is some recruiting news right there. Did want to talk about Michigan basketball. Wolverines dropped their 3rd straight loss to Michigan State, 79-62, and it was just an ugly game for the Wolverines. Not much went in their way, or not much went in their favor. They did have a pretty good second half. They were down big by 20 plus, especially going into halftime. The first half was as ugly as it could get for the Wolverines, but they did come storming back in the second half. They brought it close to within 10, but it just wasn't enough. Credit to Michigan State. They shot the ball way better than Michigan did. They had 9 3-point makes in that one, went 9 for 24. Michigan, on the other hand, went 3 for 24 on a 12.5% clip, which is not a recipe for success. Michigan also only shot the ball 36.5% from the field, also had 15 turnovers. Michigan State was a little sloppy in the second half as well, though. They had 13 turnovers, but really the only good to come out of this game was the second half. And the way this team was playing is exactly how they have to play moving forward, except not only in one half. They got to play that way for the full game, but this team is really struggling shooting the ball. Again, 3 for 24 from three-point land is not going to cut it at all, especially here in the Big Ten tournament now and going into the NCAA tournament. They got to step it up. Players like Trey Donaldson, Reuben Jones, even LJ Kaysen coming off the bench. He is a great three-point shooter. He even hasn't been shooting the ball really good. It just seems like the whole team is in a shooting slump right now, which is not good timing at all. But again, hopefully they find their groove here soon and in the Big Ten tournament going into the NCAA tournament, because at this point, it's not just the turnovers, it's not just the rebounding issues. At this point, the major issue is the Wolverines just aren't shooting the ball great right now. I mean, at one point in the first half, it was, I think, 8 minutes went past. Michigan only had like 6 points. So let me know your guys' thoughts, but hopefully Wolverines can find their groove shooting the ball here going into the Big Ten tournament. Hopefully the time off before the Big Ten tournament. Obviously they got the double bye. Hopefully that time off helps them a little bit, and also potentially traveling on the road, playing multiple games in a row could potentially help this team and, just bond together more. Dusty May said that I have a lot of belief in our guys. We saw some things in the second half, the sense of urgency, the sense of desperation that we need to play with. I think if we can find a way the last 2 days in practice, we've shot the ball better than we have all year. And so I think that gives us an opportunity to get our confidence back. He did say, we're excited to go play. Flush this. There's nothing we can do about it now other than continue to find ways to be better. And we're excited to get to Indy. We've done well on these extended road trips when our guys are together and we spend a lot of quality time. Now, Michigan in the Big Ten tournament plays Friday at 9 p.m. They will be playing the winner of Purdue and USC or Rutgers. USC and Rutgers play on Wednesday, and then the winner of that plays Purdue, and the winner of that will take on Michigan on Friday in the quarterfinals. But Wolverines definitely got to figure something out, especially on the offensive side. Hopefully they start shooting the ball better here. Definitely going to need to here. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.